Hey guys, Stock Series episode 76. Very all over the place week, but I've actually ended up flat. So thought that was quite good, really, considering a lot of my things have been taking a bit of a hit. Crypto in particular. You'll see in the crypto video tomorrow if you watch. Then it's still been trickling down. So Argo blockchain has been hit quite hard. Hive as well. Yeah, biggest positions by far. I have made a couple of changes. You notice Baba and Baidu. Yeah, so I've opened my Interactive Brokers account. Saw the sort of delisting issues and that sort of thing. I said before I don't think it's going to happen sort of anytime soon, if at all. But I wanted to open the Interactive Brokers account anyway, and just sort of saw this as a sort of positive move to do it. It sort of kicked me up the backside to get on with it, and I thought, what better to have the actual Hong Kong listings of those two. So I've left Prosus, which is sort of my exposure to Tencent, because Prosus own sort of the actual shares of Tencent. So yeah, I didn't see the need to move Prosus. They're Amsterdam listed. So yeah, I've got this is sort of the portfolio of my IG ISA, so it's a little bit sort of skewed now. The Baba and Baidu aren't actually in the ISA, but it's just the best way to show it. Still sort of getting my head around the Interactive Brokers sort of platform, and the app isn't the best. So yeah, still sort of not sure whether I'll show that here. I thought it was just easier to show it on the Hargreaves Lansdowne app. So yeah, the Trading212 ISA is down quite a bit, mainly Argo blockchain as expected. So 2,500 down. Yeah, so the ArcPi is down quite a bit. The REITs actually have been sort of helping out, as they often do. Largely sort of slightly up. American Tower a couple of percent. As I say, Argo with the Bitcoin drop. And, well, it's interesting, Bitcoin has dropped, but the hash rate has just reached pretty much an all-time high. It wasn't higher for very much longer than this. So, yeah, Argo's sort of costs are going up. They'll be mining less Bitcoin, and the Bitcoin is worth less. So, yeah, they take a real hit. Not surprising, but sort of see that as a positive move for Bitcoin. More mining going to the US. Yeah, they're sort of discussing regulations in the Senate, and if we can get some sort of positive resolution of that, then hopefully we can move on. So yeah, I also got the big Sylvania Platinum dividend, which was £210 for me. And yeah, where else was that going to go other than Argo blockchain at these prices? So put that in as well. About 190 shares. The Bitcoin ETP is also down 14% with the lower prices, because the move actually happened on sort of last Saturday. So yeah, it wasn't reflected in the ETF price because they close on Friday night. So gold and silver as well, sort of taking a little bit of a knock. Sentiment quite low, 6% down. Digital Realty, yeah, 1% up, not too bad. First Majestic, sort of a little bit all over the place, did end up down. Silver had a bit of a positive move, but then yeah, it's come back down again. Dollar still sort of rising. Seems to have maybe plateaued at the moment, so not sure what's going to happen with that. Hopefully the gold and silver can do well into the new year. Realty pretty much flat. Yeah, Stag 2.5% up, so that's not too bad. Sylvania down again. Still sort of negative news on the auto industry, and sort of platinum and palladium prices not the healthiest. Tritax big box was down a little bit, but Eurobox was up 4.5%, so that helped out. And Vici up 4% as well, despite the variant, COVID variant, sort of hitting the casinos. So interesting one for that. So yeah, bit of a knock obviously on Argo blockchain, but not too bad overall. And the invest account again has been all over the place. Some up, some down. Down about 1,500 quid. Well, yeah, so it's not down 1,500 quid because it's showing down 1,500 quid, but I've withdrawn nearly 6,500. So that is actually up, to be fair. So sort of a lot of the US stocks haven't done too bad. A couple of percent on 3M, a couple of percent on Airtel, Alphabet 4%, so that's done pretty well. Big mover of the week is biggest company in the world, Apple. Very strange. A lot of this just seems to be rumours. People talking about the car, which is sort of 4-5 years away, is still, it's not really a maybe anymore. It does seem like they're going to do it, but 4 years away. Haven't seen any sort of huge concrete news talking about sort of VR and the metaverse and all that sort of thing. Not really too sure on that. 21% up. I'm now 26.6% up. Not too sure. 1.4% on Archer Daniels. That's all right. ASOS sort of had a little spike up during the week, but it's come back down again, but 2% up. Aviva, pretty flat. Bank Nova Scotia up slightly. Barrett's continuing to do well. I was hoping to sort of add to this a little bit later on, but yes, certainly moving up. I think Taylor Wimpey is sort of not doing quite as well, but housing sector does seem to be doing okay. Bristol Myers pretty flat. Do want to add to that later on. Broadcom in a very, very nice week announced their earnings, look very good. Profits really good. They've increased their dividend and they've announced more buybacks. So yeah, just doing really, really well on that. 13% up in the week. Would have been nice to sort of add a little bit more, but I'm not sure I will at these prices. But 48% up overall. Very nice. Caterpillar up slightly. eBay pretty flat. FedEx up a couple of percent. Glencore still very, very choppy, but up nearly 5% on the week. Wanted to obviously add to that. Hymax 11% up. Again, this is quite annoying. I was hoping to add sort of a reasonable amount later on at $10 maybe, but yeah, they're up. I think they're being seen as a because they sort of do the chips for displays. I think they're being seen as almost a sort of third-hand metaverse play, with sort of various screens and VR and that sort of thing. So maybe Hymax will get a lot of business out of that, and they just look good value anyway. So yeah, they're up. Intel, interesting news, sort of had a spike up earlier in the week, but that's trailed off. They announced a potential sort of spin-off of Mobileye. So sort of mentioned this with them before. They're sort of self-driving tech company, sort of lambasted by the Tesla fans and sort of the sort of autonomous driving fans. But yeah, I still think it could do well. And they were talking about potentially $50 billion. So sort of getting on for about 20 to 25% of Intel's market cap, depending on the day. But yeah, so if they were to spin that off for 50 billion, or maybe keep a fair part of it, and people suddenly realise the rest of Intel is sort of just for 150 billion, then yeah, start to look a lot better value. International paper down 1%. 2% on the EM ETF. Got an interesting dilemma. So I've got a big capital gains tax bill coming up from the crypto that I sold last year. I was kind of hoping to pay that off with some sold Bitcoin this sort of Christmas. So that's due next month. But Bitcoin sort of hasn't played ball. And so I haven't been able to sell any unless I can sell some in the next month. Then I'm not really keen to sell Bitcoin at this time to pay the bill. I've obviously taken the gamble in not keeping the cash. I stay fully invested despite owing sort of a somewhat reasonable tax bill next month. It's into 5 figures. But yeah, so I'm very, very cautiously considering selling the emerging markets and Japan ETF. Can't see them sort of rocketing up anytime soon, and it'd be sort of hopefully short term, and I would get back into them sort of in the next couple of months. But got to sell something. As I say, not really keen on selling the Bitcoin. Global clean energies flat. Europe up 1% or 2. Water ETF the same. Yeah, so a lot of stuff is up a couple of percent. Lennar, as I say, housing market sort of doing really well, US and UK. So they're doing good. Lockheed up a couple of percent, but they're still sort of down in their lows. Micron nearly 5% up, so they're doing pretty well since the sort of lows of 60 odd, 70 odd. I never sort of averaged down, so that's a bit of a shame. But yeah, now we're up 10% on them, where I was down quite a bit. Nintendo up 7%. I saw they're looking to sort of expand, rent a new large sort of extension to their office, and sort of looking to bring development of their games more in-house, which is interesting because they sort of sub out a lot of their development to third parties, so they may be wanting a bit more of a lead on that development. And I think again people are sort of seeing them as a bit of a metaverse buzz sort of play. They've got obviously some of the best IP in the world with the sort of Mario and Donkey Kong, Zelda series and that sort of thing. So if the even the mention of the word NFTs, I expect, would sort of get everyone a bit buzzing. So still 12% down. Bit of a shame, I would like to add. Porsche, very interesting. Volkswagen are actually up about 10% for the week, but Porsche up 14%. Not sure entirely why they've gone up more than Volkswagen, but so it seems Herbert Diess, the Volkswagen CEO, has kept his job. Everyone was saying he was gone, he was sacked. Doesn't seem to be the case. He's sort of getting a little bit of a knock. He's getting some of his sort of duties removed. One of the other guys, Ralph Brandstatter, is sort of getting a little bit of a promotion. Sort of maybe taking some of the duties off Diess, but he's still CEO, and he's sort of focusing on brand strategy. I think they're going to sort of flesh out the job a little bit in future, but I think this is sort of maybe them coming to a resolution of that. But not quite sure the timing does tie up with the news, but I couldn't see anything else that would sort of cause this move. A little bit of a shame. I was kind of looking to buy some more in the sort of 160s range on Volkswagen. or Porsche. As I say, still hadn't decided which to buy. Process sort of had a little bit of a spike, but ended up a couple of percent up, same as everything else. Raytheon 6% up, not too bad. Haven't seen any specific news for them. Renault 4% up. Yeah, all the car manufacturers seem to be up, which is interesting. 4% for Rio Tinto. Shell flat for the week. Shell losing their Dutch name as well. They're going to be just Shell, from what I gather, soon. 3% up on Samsung. Sega still sort of creeping up, doing their buybacks and that sort of thing. Not going to add to it, I don't think. Siemens up a few percent. Sony up a couple of percent as well. Stellantis, as I say, the car manufacturer, is doing quite well this week. Would have been nice to add some more in the sort of 17s, maybe even the 16s, but not sure whether we will be able to. TSMC flat. Taylor Wimpey 3% up, a little bit less than Barrett's. Tesla flat for the week. Turtle Beach 6% down. This is getting quite low now. I need to sort of, well, not yet, because I'm not going to be sort of buying anything anytime soon. But I will have a look at their results and sort of see where they are value-wise if I want to top that up, because it seems quite cheap. Tyson, pretty flat. Vale, yeah, so them and Rio Tinto have been creeping up now. Vale especially annoying because I haven't added any. But yeah, I think steel prices sort of look like they may have bottomed, despite sort of the China Evergrande going bust. It looks like they're going bust. So maybe some other contractors will be sort of carrying on their developments. Maybe just people see it as a, finally it's not unknown anymore. It's actually happening. And I think a lot of other sort of housing projects in China are sort of kicking off. So yeah, steel demand sort of fairly good. They've also, Vale have got copper and nickel as well. So yeah, they should do well. Bit of a shame, it's not even $1,000 yet. But yeah, we'll see. Maybe I'll add more later on. Video games flat pretty much. Beatrice up a little. And yeah, Volkswagen up sort of 10%, as I say. So interesting one. Flat portfolio overall for the week. Have to see what happens with crypto over the next few weeks and see if we can get some money into this in the new year, probably. I wouldn't have thought anything's going to happen before Christmas. But yeah, we'll see. So leave your thoughts in comments below and like and subscribe. See you soon.